For years, you chased success. You got the college degree, got the good career, doctor, lawyer, truck driver, veterinarian, got the house, got the kids, got the big SUV or the big truck or the nice cushy big Cadillac. And you get to the top of that mountain and you look over, oh, got to go over here now. Got to pay the bills. Got to set up for retirement. There's always one more thing to do, right? It's like you get to the top of the mountain, you think you made it, and then, oh, I still got to go up. When does success come to an end? Or does it ever come to an end? I mean, think about that for a second. You got the house, the car, the job, the wife, the kids. You would probably count yourself pretty successful. I'm sure people over here in the asphalt company would say that they're pretty successful. But when does it end? Does it end when we die? But I tell you what, one day you wake up and you realize you're not living for yourself. Success is great. It is. Success is great. I mean, while I was in the military, I made it to chief. Top, I think it's like the top 5% of the enlisted. You know, I consider that a success. It took me 13 years to get there. Finished out at 22. And I always thought that was a success. But then it came to an end when I retired. I mean, I still conduct myself as a chief. I still look back on that career. But the question I ask is, when does it end out here in the civilian world? When does it end? Does it end when you retire? Does the success go away then? Or does the success go away when you finally reach the top of that mountain? But where is the top of that mountain? Just, you know, you've got everything that you're supposed to have, but yet you still feel like something's missing. And then it hits you. You wake up one morning and you said, damn, I haven't been living for myself. So now what? Now what do I do? I don't think enough of us have been prepared for what is actually next, because we've done a lot of surviving and not enough living. Surviving and living are two different things. All these people out here driving by, all these people that work over here in the Asphalt Institute, all these people work over here in this governor's building. They all are surviving. Today's Friday. What's living for them on the weekends? What's living for them when they go home? What's living for you? I mean, seriously, what are you living for? Are you living for the freedom to get up in the morning and make your own choices? Are you living in the morning? Are you waking up in the morning just living to go to work? Those are two majorly different things. And I'm not real sure if any of us actually have a good answer for that at all. I mean, think about it. We were all conditioned early. So we start out in school. Then if we went to college, then we're still in school. We graduate with a college degree. That's success. That's being successful. You finished, I don't know, for giggles, we'll say 18 years of school. From the first grade till you graduated college, 18 years. Then you get the career. Now, whether you're an engineer, a doctor, a lawyer, a truck driver, whatever, now you've landed the career. But now you have to be successful in that career, right? You were successful in getting the career you needed or you wanted, but now you have to be successful in that career. And the same goes as if you decide to join the military. Every branch of service is the same. Just different names and they do different things, but it's all the same. You go in, you go to boot camp, you go to school, you go out to the field, the fleet, whatever, and you're looking to be successful at that, making rank, doing what you're supposed to do, getting your accolades, all that stuff, getting success. It's just another hill to climb. Then you've got all that, you've got your schooling, you got your career. Now you're going to get the house, right? Got to get the house. Make your family happy. Make your parents happy. Make yourself happy. Make the wife and kids happy, because now you have the career. Now you have the house. Now you have the success that everybody's looking for and trying to get to all the time. But even, how you doing, bud? Even when you have all that and then you start planning, you start to up the other mountain, start planning for your future, start planning for everything else, your retirement, rolling in your nest eggs, investing in the 401k, investing in the stock market, because you want to make sure that you've got success in retirement. And that whole time, have you lived for yourself once with all of that? I mean, we are bred to chase the next thing, just like a beagle chasing a rabbit or a hound chasing a fox. We are bred to chase the next thing, because that's what has been burned into us to say, well, if you're going to be successful, then this is what you need to do, right? You get to the top of one mountain, you look over and there's another one, it's higher. Then what? You don't give up, you dig in and you tackle it, right? Nobody tells anyone what to do once we reach the top. So what does that tell us? And that's probably why that's not probably, that is one of the reasons why I started this community, rebranded this channel, so that people like us can come here and discuss these things openly without animosity towards one another. I mean, we don't know one another, but yet we're all thinking the same thing. And we share those ideas, we share those values, we share those concerns with one another. And I'm hoping people that are making the comments, well, how did you do that? I hope those people are reaching out to each other and talking to one another. And if you're still sitting behind us, just listening and watching, scoot up here to the fire, hit the subscribe button, slap a like on this video, start getting into the comments so we know who you are, so we can talk to you as well. This community is only going to work if everybody participates. And those of you that have since Wednesday that have jumped on board and that are now sitting around the fire with us all, thank you. This helps push the channel out further. It helps get more people coming in to us like minded people we are, if that made any sense. I don't know, I kind of got tongue-tied there. But with the success, you end up getting silence because there's no crisis anymore. No, wait a minute, that doesn't make any sense. Once you decide to start living for yourself and stop chasing success, then you start hearing the silence. The silence comes around because you're not being called on anymore, like we talked about in the last video. You know, you've set all that stuff aside. You're not chasing success anymore. You're not chasing the next big thing. You've set all that aside, and now you're trying to wonder to yourself, how can you be at peace? How can you get the happiness? Because there's no more crisis. There's no more emergencies. You've settled everything around you, and everything becomes peaceful and it becomes quiet. And that can be unsettling. Trust me. When it first started happening to me, I fought myself grabbing my phone, texting people at work. Everything okay? Haven't heard anything. What's going on? You know? Because you're so invested. You were so invested with it. But now that I'm not, and now that I've learned to accept the silence because I look at it as peace and I can do what I want to do. I'm off today. It's been pouring rain. I've been driving around between 2 counties trying to find a suitable place where it ain't raining so I can come out here and talk to you guys. And I ended up back here because on the radar it doesn't show any rain, but guess what? I'm getting rained on currently. A little bit, not much. So that's okay. Because this is important. But the silence can make you feel real uncomfortable, because then you feel like you've been alienated and you feel like you're not wanted. But that's not it, because you chose to stop chasing. You chose to have John do his own work. You told your boss that you're not going to be that guy or that girl anymore, just so you can take care of you. Or you can actually concentrate on your family. You can finally make it to those ball games. You can finally make it to those ballets, those school plays, the wrestling matches, the karate tournaments. You can finally get to those things without being rushed. That's why that silence is there now, because now you can start figuring out what you want to do by yourself. If you don't have anybody in your life and you don't have a family, you can figure out what you want to do. Take that vacation. Take that trip. Take that weekend and go somewhere. You know? It took a long time for me. It took weeks for me to get used to it. Now it's coming down pretty good. But that's all right. We're okay. So you guys tell me down in the comments, when are you going to stop chasing success? You know, I can answer the now what question. You can live slower, live more peacefully, live with a purpose. I can do those things. I can take that trip. I can take that weekend getaway because if I want to. I don't have to worry about, you know, who's at work or who's doing what. And this is the perfect example of that. Like I said, I was out here driving around between 2 counties trying to find a good place to shoot this video for you guys. I get a text message from one of my employees. It's one of those, I'm not feeling too good. I've been throwing up all day. I don't think it would be good for me to come in there and work. I texted that employee back and said, you need to contact the individual who's in charge right now and let them know so that they can fix the schedule. I get a text back, oh, I didn't know you were off today. Yeah, you did. Yes, you did. But that's okay. I understand. I understand the game. So I think, you know, so, but before, you know what I'd have done? I'd have went, okay, you know, here we go. I'd get in the truck, drive to work, and I'd work there for the evening to cover that slot. Not anymore. We got the people to cover, the people that want the hours. We're gonna have those people take those hours. I'm not sucking those hours up anymore. And the last one for the now what question, you know, live peacefully, all that stuff. I'm gonna take care of my health. Because if you don't have your health, you don't have anything. You got to take care of your health, and you got to be smart about it. I mean, with the doctors pushing medication these days, maybe go see a holistic doctor. I know everybody, you know, and I know how a lot of you all feel about that, but the medication that you put in your body is chemicals. It is. It's made up of chemicals. It's to mask, it is used to mask the problem that you're having. Just like, we'll say for instance, because my dad has heart disease and we have a family history of high cholesterol. Statins. Well, I was reading a study a couple days ago. Statins are now linked to Alzheimer's. Imagine that. And statins, all statins do is block the liver from creating and secreting LDL and cholesterol, all the cholesterol. So if this is my thing with the statin, and this is a little rabbit hole I went down here, so kind of bear with me for a minute. If you've been on a statin for let's just say for 10 years, okay? You were on a statin for 10 years, been on it, been taking it religiously, been going through the side effects of bones hurting, joints hurt, and all that stuff. You're going in for your blood work, and your blood work is A1 okay. But then you start feeling you're not in bad shape, but you start feeling a little sluggish, more fatigued, maybe a little bit out of breath. You go back to the doctor and you tell the doctor that. And they do, let's just say they do an echocardiogram of your heart. Oh, come to find out, you've got a 60% blockage. We're going to have to go in and put a stent in. Now, let me tie this together. You've been on a statin for 10 years. Your blood work is good, right? Why the hell do you need a stent? Because if the goal was to lower your LDL and your cholesterol and your triglycerides and all that stuff, why do you need to go get a stent after you've been taking a medication for 10 years? Tell me, because I'd like to know. I'd like somebody to explain that to me, especially if you've been really up on your diet. Fresh fruits and vegetables, you know, don't eat red meat for a long time, or not, I don't want to say, but like once a week instead of every week or every day. You're eating a lot more protein, lean proteins like turkeys and chicken and stuff like that. But anyway, I think that chasing success, and I'm sorry I went down that rabbit hole on you guys, but it kind of got to me a little bit. As a friend of mine is dealing with that same thing right now. But if we're going to continue to chase success, then we're not going to be able to live for ourselves at all. You know, maybe life isn't asking us to do more. Maybe life is asking us to become more than who we thought we were going to be, or who we thought we are. You know, you want to live slower, I don't know, love more, laugh more, be closer to family, you know, take care of your health, build something meaningful in your life or your family's life. Maybe the point isn't finding another mountain. Maybe it's just your life ends when the chase begins. And don't let the now what question scare you. It's not to be, I don't want nobody to be afraid of it. It's like one of those questions that is brought up a lot. Maybe it's like a invitation. I don't know. But I do know we've spent our whole life becoming who we are today. And I don't think the question should be what now or now what. I think the question is, and you guys answer this for me down in the comments, what are you gonna do with the time you have left? Thank you guys. I really appreciate each and every one of you. We'll talk again soon.